Hello, self-publishers. I know that many of you who have been watching my videos about preparing your files for Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing are anxious to design your cover and get that book uploaded. But there are several things you need to do first, and that's what this video is for. So let's get to it. Besides finishing your book and having it edited, there are 6 things you need to do before you upload it to KDP. First, you need to set up a DBA for your publishing company. Now, this is optional if you don't want to make money from your book. I've already uploaded a video to YouTube to explain how to do this in 4 easy steps. Second, and this you need to do on your own, you need to set up a separate bank account to receive your royalties from KDP. Ideally, this new account will be under your publishing company's name. Third, you're going to gather all the information that you need, such as title, author, and back cover copy. I have put together a worksheet to help you through this. There's a link to it in the comments section below. Number 4, set up an account at Bowker, which is where you are going to obtain an ISBN. Now they're going to ask you a lot of the questions that you had to gather in step 3. In this video, we're going to guide you through this. I'm also going to show you how to set up an account at the Library of Congress and obtain a Library of Congress control number. Lastly, I'm going to help you establish a retail price for your book. You have to give Amazon a guideline, even though you don't necessarily want to put your price on your book cover. This is all a lot easier than it sounds. We're going to guide you through it. Now I'm going to sound like an old mother hen. Don't be stupid. Purchase an ISBN. If there is only one piece of advice you follow this one. Whatever you do, do not use the free ISBN that Amazon's KDP will offer you. This is your book. The ISBN, International Standard Book Number, that you purchase from Bowker Identifier Services, and it's the only place you can purchase it, identifies the publisher. You or your DBA is the publisher. If you purchase a number from KDP, it will identify Amazon as the publisher, not you. You can never change this in the future. Your book sales count. Barcode scanners keep track of your book sales through the barcode you will insert on your back cover. Also, watch out for companies that purchase ISBNs at bulk rates and parcel them out. Those numbers register that company, be it Lulu, Ex Libris, unethical book design companies, etc., as the publisher, not you. Legally, you own the copyright on anything that you write when you write it. The question is, if someone copies you, how can you prove you wrote it first? In a court of law, you can show the judge the documentation for your ISBN and Library of Congress number, 2 forms of proof you wrote what you did when you did. So voila, not only are you achieving the goals meant by obtaining the numbers to catalog your book properly, but you are also supporting your copyright privileges. Step 1 is to set up a separate publishing company. And as I mentioned, I've already uploaded a video that will show you how to do this. I'm not going to repeat the process in this video, just the reasons why you should do it. A DBA, otherwise known as a fictitious business name, is an official and public way to register a business name with your state or county. There are several reasons you want to do this. First, business credibility. Except maybe with a memoir, a book that is written by one person and published by that same person doesn't get as much credibility as a book that is published by a separate entity. Many banks require a DBA in order to open a business bank account. And in many cases, you need a DBA to transact business on the internet. It is useful for obtaining a business license in your town and for setting up an account with your state tax and fee administration for paying sales tax on your books. I wouldn't worry about these last 2 until you've sold maybe $200 worth of books. Most important, a DBA helps you separate your book revenues from your personal finances. You will still pay taxes under your Social Security number. Step 2. Set up a dedicated bank account. You don't want KDP having access to your regular personal checking account, but you do need a place for them to deposit your book revenues. If your normal bank charges monthly service fees, you might consider another bank. You're not going to be making that much money at first, and you don't want it all eaten up by service fees. Step 3. Gather the information you will need about your book when you obtain an ISBN, LCCN, and upload your book to Amazon. In the comment section below, I've placed a link to this worksheet that will help you gather everything you need. Bowker will require everything that has an asterisk in front of it in the first 14 items. I will explain what all of these are in a few minutes when I take you to the Bowker website. You're going to need the title of your book. Eventually you need a subtitle. You will need the contributor, that will be you. Your functions, you're the author. What else are you doing? Or is it compiled by you, designed by you? There will be a drop-down menu. The name of the publisher, this will either be you or your new publishing company. Medium, which will probably be print. Format, which is going to be paperback. At least one genre, that would be things like memoir, biography, genealogy book, novel. And you can come up with a second one later. Your target audience, the publication date, that will either be today or in a few months down the line if you still need to proofread it. The title status, the book price, and there will be two choices for that. Either you insert a price or you tell it you're not going to insert a price. Currency, that would be things like dollars, pounds, New Zealand dollars, whatever country you live in. And price type, which will be retail. I've given you places to record the ISBNs, which you will get in step 4. And then you should start writing your long description. This is going to take some time, and you'll want to get it spell checked, proofread, and well edited. Your description should be 250 words or less. This will serve as your back cover text, your book summary for the Library of Congress, your book description on your Amazon page, and your description on Bowker's My Identifiers. I've given you a place to write the control number after you obtain that in step 5. And then you want to start collecting keywords and keyword phrases, at least 20. You want to write your about the author paragraph. I would keep this to 50 to 75 words, even though on Amazon you'll find much longer ones. Stephen King's biography is 150 words. Philippa Gregory's is almost 600 words. And then Louise Penny's is only 56 words. You're a new author. No one wants to read a lot about you. Keep it concise and make sure you've spell checked and that you have no grammatical mistakes. Additional items you will need before you design your book cover. You're going to need the barcode for your paperback, which you will purchase from Bowker. It's $25. You should understand your target audience before you start designing your book cover, the demographics, age and gender. You should have written the additional text you want for your back cover, such as photo credits, design credits, etc. You'll need a digital file of the high resolution images you might use for your book. Again, use copies. Don't keep your originals in a safe place. Do not touch them. And it's handy to have done a little research about type styles. Which type styles reflect your book? While you're at it and while you're getting everything edited, it's also handy to write your short description of your book. This should be about 25 to 30 words and include keywords that are not in your title or subtitle. And it's handy to have an even shorter description. This will be your tagline, your hook, your elevator speech. It's 15 words or less. If you look at Goodreads, you'll see examples of the really short descriptions. The next step is to open an account with Bowker under your publishing company name, purchase an ISBN, and assign the ISBN to your book. You start by going to the website myidentifiers.com. There's a link to it on your worksheet. It's a little confusing because the name of the company is Bowker, but the name of their website is My Identifiers. But this is the only place in the whole wide world you can buy your ISBN, so trust it. So click Register and set up an account under your publishing name, not under your personal name, unless that's all you're going to do. Notice up on the right hand side that this is under my publishing name, but you'll also see my regular name on the left because it's a DBA. Next, you're going to buy an ISBN. All right, so click Buy ISBNs. When you get to the page on Bowker on ISBNs, scroll down a little bit. They'll give you all sorts of reasons why you should buy an ISBN, probably worth reading. And then on the right, scroll a little more, and you'll see there are two choices for buying an ISBN. And this is just the number. This doesn't include the barcode. You can either buy one, which is $125, or 10. The Library of Congress is going to want you to have one ISBN for your paperback and a separate ISBN for your ebook. If you know you're going to print a hardback, which will need a third ISBN, or if you know you will be publishing other books, it is worth it to buy the package of 10 ISBNs. The next step is to assign the ISBN, the number, to your book. This is where you're going to need all that information you gathered on your worksheet, so it helps to have it handy. So when you go to your My account, and then under that tab, you'll see Manage ISBN Numbers, and that's where we are here, Manage ISBNs. So you go here. This is the second page of my ISBNs. This is the last book that I did, Henry's Big Kaboom. These are all the ISBNs that I own, and I'm going to assign the next one on the list to my new book. So you click that. Okay, so here is this ISBN. So now I'm going to give it the information. And at this point, I'm mainly going to concentrate on the asterisk areas because I can come back and fill out other things later. But this information is going to be necessary for Amazon to find this from Bowker. So when you go to Amazon later, they will go to Bowker and look for this ISBN. It takes about a week for this to get registered, so be sure you do this at least a week before you start to plan your cover. All right, so the name of this book is Charles and Fanny. Okay, my subtitle is Human Rights Activist Pioneers. All right, I can come in and do the book description later because you want to think that out carefully and have it proofread and all that, but I don't need that at this point. Okay, the medium for this book is going to be print, and the format is paperback. Okay, the genre I'm going to choose first is biography, because these are biographies of real people, and second, genealogy, because I'm going to have a lot of family trees included in this book. Genealogy. There we go. All right, then you want to add your contributors, and you only want to do each person once. So I'm going to start with my name. There's a million Mary Mitchell, so I always use Mary Eames. No suffix here. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or Indian chief. Okay, I can fill my own biography, that's my own biography, in later. And then I'm going to check all the functions that I have done. So I'm the author. Let's see if I can just skip to contributed. I am, it's compiled by me. I'm the cover designer. I am going to be the book designer, and I think that's about it for now. The name of my company is Peach Plum Press, and I'm going to schedule this out a month. So let's just say we're going to finalize this April. I need to give it time to be proofread by my excellent proofreader. 1st of April, that's the day my granddaughter's due, and 2020. Okay, the target audience, I am aiming this at my family. But here's the list of choices that you will get. All right, and the title status is forthcoming. And again, here is the list that the drop-down menu will give you. All right, I do have to put a book price. Okay, we're just going to say no set price or fee. The reason they ask that is because you can buy your barcode from Bowker and you can choose whether you want the price included in the barcode or not. Okay, we're going to submit that. Your form is complete and has been saved successfully. So now you're all set, but before you leave Bowker, be sure to copy the number because you're going to need to put it in 2 places. You're going to put it in your book on the copyright page, and you're also going to put it on the worksheet so that you can have it later. Step 5. Open an account with the Library of Congress and obtain a Library of Congress control number for your book. I've included a link to the Library of Congress in your worksheet. What you're looking for is their PCN home. That's their pre-assigned control number program. When you scroll down, you'll have several choices. You can sign in as a publisher or as an author self-publisher. Even though you now have your own DBA publishing company, you will still sign in as an author or publisher. In order to qualify to be an established publisher, you have to show that you've already published at least 3 books by different names and are well established in libraries. So you go to the author self-publisher portal. Then you create an account. It's very simple. All they want is your name, an email address, and a password. The tricky thing is that they want a 16-digit password, so you have to think of a long one. Once you're in, you want to go to Request an LCCN, Library of Congress Control Number. Then, just like you did with Bowker, you answer all the questions about your book that you've already researched by filling out the worksheet. When the Library of Congress approves your request for a control number, they will send you an email. So here is an email saying that they received my request and here's my control number, and they state very clearly that you're supposed to insert it in your book just as it is here, so with a semicolon and the number. Then they ask you, once your book has been printed, to send a copy of the best edition of the book to them, and they give you an address. The last step, 6, establish a retail price for your book. Establishing your retail price can be a little tricky. So I've created this worksheet for you so you can figure it out. You have several options for pricing your book. You can price it to sell only through Amazon.com in the US. That would be Amazon's minimum list price plus any royalties and marketing costs that you want to add on to that. Or you could price it to sell throughout the world via Amazon's expanded distribution. In that case, you need to add a minimum of $2 more to your list price. Thirdly, you can allow bookstores to purchase books directly from Amazon for resale. In that case, you have to add enough to the list price to compensate for the 53% discount bookstores require. So if they want to sell it for the price that you provide for them, they want to buy it from Amazon for 53% less than that. The other option would be, and this is what most of us self-publishers do, is we buy the books ourselves from Amazon at the printing cost, and then the bookstores obtain them from us, and then we have a contract with the bookstores that would include what percentage of the retail price we get, and we work that out bookstore by bookstore. All right, let's talk about the cost of printing. Amazon has a page to help you determine what the printing cost would be. Basically, it's your page count times 0.012, which is the per page cost, plus 85 cents, which is a fixed cost, and that will give you a printing cost. They also provide a calculator, which you can download. You can open that calculator in Microsoft Excel. You tell the calculator what color ink you're using, which is in this case black, the number of pages that you have, let's say 300. Choose a distribution channel, which is going to be Amazon.com, and an anticipated price. And you have to put any old number in here to find out what the printing cost is. So I'm going to put $13. When I push enter, it gives me the printing cost, the minimum list price that I should list, the royalty that I will get, and expanded distribution royalty. So that's, let's just say they sell this book in Australia or something. All right, now you'll notice this printing cost is not going to change no matter what I put up here. All right, it only changes your royalty and royalty payments. So let's take a look at the example on the worksheet. If we have a 300-page book times 0.012, you get $3.60 plus the 85 cents. So that gives you a printing cost of $4.45. That's just the printing cost. Next, you're going to figure out Amazon's minimum list price. This includes the printing cost plus the money that Amazon makes, their percentage. In case you don't want to download the calculator, I've included a little function here to help you. Basically, you take the printing cost and multiply it by 1.668. For this example, we get $7.42. So let's just show you what would happen if you put a 300-page book in at $7 and what was it, 42 cents. Okay, there's the printing cost, $4.45. There's the minimum, $7.42. So basically you get no royalties. Okay, so this is just the basic amount that Amazon requires that you list it so that they get their money. They don't care about your money. They want to get their money. All right, that's the minimum. Okay, so you want to add your royalties and your marketing costs. So I would suggest at least $2 for just the plain old Amazon. And if you want to get anything from selling books internationally, add at least $4. I would make it more, but I'm just saying add at least $4. So let's just do this as an example. So here's our 742 plus 2 and plus 4. Let's take the 1142 and go to Amazon's calculator. And you'll see that you'll get at least 12 cents, but at least it qualifies now for expanded distribution. Then I would add some marketing costs. So you're going to be giving away some books, you're going to be buying bookmarks or some kind of giveaways to promote your book. I would add at least another $1 per book so that you can pay back your marketing costs. So that now jumps our number to $12.42. Okay, so for this final suggested retail price, I would add another 10%. I mean, you could probably get away with $12.42, but I would add another 10% just to cover. You never know what Amazon's going to charge you. So that gives it $13.66. So for every book that sells here, you're going to get $3.75, and you can pay for your marketing costs out of that. At least you'll get 2 cents minus your marketing costs if you sell expanded distribution. If you can make that number bigger, the more you're going to get. Okay? All right, then the final thing to consider is if bookstores are going to be purchasing directly from Amazon. In that case, you have to accommodate for the 53% discount. So you take the minimum, which is here, 742, and you multiply that by 2.25. And that gives you a number of $16.70. That is before you get any royalties. So now the bookstores are going to be buying directly from Amazon and taking all the profit for themselves. They're not going to be passing any of that on to you. So if you want any royalties, you've got to grab it up front. So you've got to make this number bigger. I think you'll see that the moral of the story is that it's really tough as a self-publisher to sell through Amazon through bookstores. There you have it. 6 more things to do, but you'll really be glad you are prepared. Happy publishing! If this video was helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can write them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.